Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking today's video. If you're new to this channel, my name is Millie. You're most welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for dropping by once again. So in today's video, you guys, I wanted to elaborate more on the new nursing Ausbildung. What is so special about this new nursing Ausbildung? I have been in the Ausbildung, in the new nursing Ausbildung, since last year in April. That's when I began my Ausbildung, and 8 months later. So how do I feel about this? What is what makes it so special, you know? And that is what I want to share with you guys in this video. I made a video on the new nursing Ausbildung. That was a few months ago. I will leave it in the description box down below. If you're interested, you can still go and check it out. But I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's going on, like if it's really worth it. So this is my observation. In all honesty, it's the new Ausbildung and nobody has graduated yet. As I told you guys, the first lot is going to graduate in 2023, so we're yet to see, because the first lot is actually 6 months before us. We are the second lot, because we are the class of okay, we're going to graduate in 2024 April, I mean end of 2024 March. That's when we're going to finish the Ausbildung. But the first class was started in 2020 October, and the second one, that's my class, we started in 2021 April. So let's see how it goes with the first class. But for now, they're actually preparing for their exams, for their second year exams, because they are yet to do their exams, I think, this year. By the end of your second year, you have to do a Zwischenprüfung. So, and the Zwischenprüfung, the way it is gebaut, it's a little bit different because of the new Ausbildung. I think they are incorporating different things in terms of what the new Ausbildung entails. You understand? My personal observation is that it's honestly a quite interesting Ausbildung, if you ask me. We're in our first year, but there's so much information that we are getting. There's so much more information that we are actually getting, and for example, in your first year, if you used to do, let's just say, the Altenpflege Ausbildung, the geriatric nursing, in the geriatric nursing, in your first year, you don't really get to study a lot of you know, a lot of anatomy or a lot of Fachwörter. You know, you don't really get to study a lot of Fachwörter. You just get to study, let me say, a lot of Pflege und stuff. You know, Altenpflege is mehr pflegerisch als medizinisch. So, but in this Ausbildung, I think they incorporate a lot of medizinische stuff. And if, for example, you got your contract in a Pflegeheim, in your first year, you already have Außeneinsatz im Krankenhaus. So, yeah, you already have Außeneinsatz. We have, in our first year, can you imagine, in our first year, we already have Außeneinsatz in verschiedene places. So, for example, where I got my contract, I am going to go back there next year. I'll be going there for actually less than 3 weeks. And some of my classmates are actually not going back to their places of work up until the end of second year, which means the whole period in your second year, they're just in Außeneinsatz. They're not even going back to their Träger where they got the contract. So this is quite interesting. You don't get to go to where you got the contract. You go back there when you reach maybe a third year or something, but the whole of second year and a part of first year, you are basically just in Außeneinsatz. It does not really matter right now where you got your contract from. You get to go in Krankenhaus, in verschiedene Abteilungen im Krankenhaus, in different departments. It could be Chirurgie, Anästhesie, Amputation, any station, you can go there and do your Außeneinsatz. So you get to go in Krankenhaus, you get to go in Pediatrie, you can go where the kids are being born, and das Station. You get to go in Ambulantendienst. Even if you got your your contract in Krankenhaus, you still have to schaffen in Pflegeheim. You still have to schaffen in Ambulantendienst. There's a lot of Außeneinsatz. That's what I'm trying to say in this new Ausbildung, as opposed to the old ones whereby you could just be, if you got, for example, your contract in a Pflegeheim, then you're definitely doing Altenpflege Ausbildung. The only Außeneinsatz you're going to have is that one for the psychiatric Außeneinsatz, and that's still like in a Pflegeheim, and maybe this one for Ambulantendienst, and which other one? If you have to go to Krankenhaus, if you're doing Altenpflege Ausbildung, then you go to Krankenhaus, but you're going to go there. You cannot go to the Chirurgie Abteilung. You cannot go to the Amputation Abteilung. You can't. I think you only go to the Gerontopsychiatrie. In the Altenpflege Ausbildung, you are limited, and in the Altenpflege Ausbildung, they also never used to have a lot of Fachsprache. Yes, the Fachsprache is there, but it's not really a lot like the one we have in this Generalistische Pflege Ausbildung, because in this new Ausbildung you need to know that they are combining the geriatric nursing, the pediatric nursing, and the the normal nursing. I think the overall general nursing. They are combining all the three together. So it means you have to do the Außeneinsatz in all these places in order for you to to qualify as a general nurse after your Ausbildung. I find it quite nice. It's the fact that we have to learn a lot of Fachwörter, because if you go to Krankenhaus, there's a lot of Fachwörter that is being used in Krankenhaus. In my own opinion, if you ask me, I'm yet to find out, I'm yet to figure out exactly where my heart lies. I need to figure out, because when I go for my Außeneinsatz in the pediatric department, or in the pediatric whatever, then I'm going to figure out whether I can really work with kids, the sick kids, or not. And it's also giving me a chance, this new Ausbildung is giving me a chance to explore a lot of different things. It's honestly very, very broad. So let me give you like an example. This is my school ordner. If you're in the Ausbildung, everyone is this kind of ordner. We get this kind of thing. And now let me show you guys something. I want to show you guys something. Yeah, now we have this kind of thing. This is you see this thing? This is all that you have to know in this new Ausbildung. This is everything you need to know. Like we have these are the competence Bereich that you need to know, and everything that it entails. So we have like it's like a spin, and then we have all this Competenzbereich der Pflege. Für die staatliche Prüfung zur Pflegefachfrau bzw. zum Pflegefachmann, you need to have all these competences. It's a competence, yeah. You need to have all these competences for the exam, you know, because in the Ausbildung we have a Zwischenprüfung at the end of the second year and the final exam at the end of the third year, but in between we always have like cuts and stuff, but the main exam is at the end of your third year, and there's also the, I don't know, the Zwischenprüfung at the end of second year. So by the end of third year you need to have all these competences, which means you need to understand a lot of things. You need to understand how to act, to react in different situations. For example, how do you act in a not-fall situation when there's an emergency? How do you react when there's an emergency situation to a patient? And then you need also to have to be competent in your communication and interaction with the patients and staffs and the people that you work with. And yeah, you need to have all. There's a lot of responsibilities that you have to take as a nurse, actually, after your third year. So yeah, and they give you, this is where the exam is going to be from, according to all these competences. So we have the written exams, the mündliche Prüfung and the praktische Prüfung. I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm used to the German language because that's and you need to pass at least in all of them in order for you to you know, to go fighter. And the exam, as I stated earlier, this is all that's inside. Everything is here. So guys, I wanted to give you a clear picture of this this paper, but I honestly couldn't get a very clear picture of it. And if you Google, because it's only found also in the IKEA book, or if you have the app, so it's very difficult for you to get a glimpse of this paper, and I don't know why, but yeah, this is the much I could do to get to focus in order for you guys to see exactly what I mean by the kinds of courses and the competences that we're supposed to have in the nursing Ausbildung. Let me give you guys an overview. So this is my plan for school, right? And as you can see, it's planned already. Like the dates are planned up to the time that I'm going to finish my third year. So I know exactly when I'm going to take my vacations, and I know exactly when I'm going to be in school, from what day to when, up until when I finish Ausbildung. So everything is planned. You need to understand, this is not like a I don't know if any other country does it like the way Germany does it, because in Germany you're being paid to go to school. You don't need like to pay school fees if you're going to do the Ausbildung. They're giving you a contract, and in that contract they're going to pay you, so you go to school and you're being paid. So yeah, this is what I was going to try to explain to you guys. Let me show you guys the kind of books that we use for the new nursing Ausbildung. There's a new book that we use for the Ausbildung. It's called IKEA. We have three books, the IKEA books. We have the IKEA. We have the IKEA Krankheitslehre, and then we have the Pflegebuch, and then we have the Anatomie und Physiologie, and then we also have an app. It's called Wissen to Go. So this new book, you don't really need to have like in our school we have the book online. You don't need to get the book as a textbook, so you can be anywhere and you just log your details in as a student, like for example from my school, and then I'll be able to access the book with my school details. So I just have the link. I got the link from the school. Everyone has their link and everyone has their own password, so from school, which means you cannot access this book if you're not in school. You need the password or stuff, or you need to buy the books by yourself. We access them as ebooks. Now I'll go. We have 3 books, as I explained to you guys earlier. So for example, if I want to go to the Krankheitslehrbuch, I just go there, and then I'll just be searching for which kind of page, or for whatever thing that I want to research on, or according to what you studied in school. Yeah, it's all here. As opposed to what we used to have a long time. For example, like this is an Altenpflege book, but right now es gibt keine Altenpflege Ausbildung mehr. You need to do the Generalistische Pflege. Now, you guys, we get to wait and see how it goes by the end of when the first lot graduates. We get to see like how is it really going to be after the 3 years. But normally, depending on where you got your contract, if you do the Zwischenprüfung after your 2nd year and you say you don't want to continue doing the Generalistische Pflege Ausbildung, you want to only specify in Altenpflege, or you want to specify in Kinderkrankenpflege, or you want to specify in Krankenpflege, then you're not going to graduate as a Pflegefachfrau. But if you choose to go to continue up until the end, then you're going to graduate as a Pflegefachfrau, and you can work across Europe. It's only certified across Europe, not the rest of the world, like I stated in the other video. It's only in Europe.
Fair enough. I'm a little lost, but fair enough.
But that does not actually mean that you cannot go and work in outside Europe. No, if you get the Allgemein, like if you are certified Pflegefachfrau, you can definitely, I'm certain you can go and work outside of Europe. Yeah, because this is it's quite intense. It's quite I think it's more intense than the previous ones, the way it was organized actually. So yeah, so with all that being said, I think I am contented with the new nursing Ausbildung and how it's going. So far so good. I'm actually contented. It's just that it's very overwhelming. In a way, it's kind of like overwhelming to coordinate everything. Yeah, because of the extra things that we have to learn, you know, all those things here and there. It's still quite involving. That's my problem with the nursing. If you want to be a nurse, you just know it's always a very involving kind of job. But regardless, yeah, I think I'm contented at the moment. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I want to share with you guys in this video. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and yeah, don't forget to subscribe too. I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.